Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and I am here to highlight the Steam game deals that are available for under $5 directly on Steam. So these are available directly on Steam. You can buy them on Steam, utilize Steam refunds if you want to, etc., etc. All of these are under $5 as well. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is kind of me running through the highlights. If somebody's got their trigger fingers ready on the keyboards, brother, these are the same games every time! Well, I'm telling you guys this right now. There's always people watching these videos that are newer PC gamers. They might be younger and have never checked out the games. I get it. For some of you guys, it just seems a little bit redundant, but I'm telling you guys, I have the analytics and these videos always do incredibly well relative to, you know, my channel's not bringing in a lot of views, relatively speaking, but like for what I upload, it's always these deals videos that do really well, and I always gain a ton of new subscribers off of them. So I would imagine people subscribing to the channel off a video like this, they'll be like, oh, this game looks cool, I'll go buy it. I'm telling you guys, while you might own all the games, there's a lot of people that don't, but yeah, I'm just giving you guys that warning right now, because I know some of you guys in the comment section, you're already ready, you're already prowling the streets. Oh, what's that? Is it Prototype again? Oh, what's that? Is it Far Cry again? Is it Assassin's Creed again? That can't be. Okay, with that being said, let's just get right into it, and let's kick things off with Prototype, which is 75% off for $4.99. Now, there has to be a disclaimer. With Prototype, you do have to install a very, very simple mod. It is literally like, yo, if I can install it, anybody can install it, okay? Don't worry if you guys are scared. It's on Nexus Mods. It's all over the community page on Prototype's page, but you just have to replace a file, and it literally takes 2 seconds. But, nonetheless, it's 75% off for $4.99. I'm bringing up Prototype because I am playing through this game right now, and I played it back in 2009 when it came out. I want to say I played it a couple times after that as well, but the last time I played Prototype had to have been like maybe close to a decade ago, so a lot of it's a little bit fresh to me. I will say Alex Mercer, the main character, an absolute edgelord. It's hilarious going back and playing through the game and realizing, my god, this dude was an absolute edgelord. But it's hilarious, it's hilarious. The story's okay, and what this game really does well is it delivers a power fantasy that a lot of games aren't able to do. Like, the absolute menace that you become is kind of crazy in this game with all the powers and whatnot. It's a lot of fun to go through the open world. Visually, it certainly is dated, and I will say, there's one of the recent reviews that gave it a negative review on Steam that mentions like getting stun-locked in missions, and yeah, like that, I've noticed that as well, and it's kind of ridiculous. I have to say the missions in this game that absolutely suck are the ones where you have to be like stealthy and you gotta consume somebody and then disguise away. Like, I think those missions are pretty terrible, but nonetheless, overall, I really do enjoy the game. It's not as good as Infamous, which I bring up because back when it came out, Infamous and Prototype were like the head-to-head, oh my god, what's gonna be the better open world superhero game? Infamous is definitely the better game, but Prototype is solid as well. $4.99 is a good pickup, and hopefully now that, you know, Microsoft has Activision, you know, this is serious cope, but Prototype 3, I think that could do pretty well. Far Cry 3 is $3.99. Multiplayer and online does not work in this game anymore, but Far Cry 3 to me is the game that really elevated Far Cry to the next level. I know a lot of people love the original, I know a lot of people loved Far Cry 2, but Far Cry 3, in terms of its game design, its characters, I really do think a lot of people got into Far Cry with Far Cry 3, and it was a great game. I remember when it came out, like, visually it blowing me away, and it still holds up fairly well for a game that's 13 years old, and it had a great main villain. I think a lot of people vibed with him, and it seemed like they were trying to go back to that with some of the other Far Cry games, but yeah, Far Cry 3 is great. For this price point, definitely a good pickup, and worthwhile at $4. Next up, we got Need for Speed Heat Deluxe Edition, 93% off for $4.89. Look, as an arcade racer, open world title, I feel like this is a really, really enjoyable game, especially at this price point of $4.89. I definitely would recommend Heat over, like, Need for Speed Unbound. I just think Heat, from an art style standpoint and a presentation standpoint, is much stronger. This is is, by the way, the Deluxe Edition, which for $4.89 is a great buy. Like, this is one of those games you can kick back, relax, have a pretty good time with, and I feel like racing games like this always fit that criteria. And while I would say, for my money, you know, arcade racers, Forza Horizon 5 is the best on the market. Forza Horizon 5 is also a game that goes for like $30 for the base game. Here, you're getting the Deluxe Edition for $4.89. I think it's a pretty good pickup, and I would certainly recommend it. Rise of the Tomb Raider, 85% off for $4.49. I mean, it's Tomb Raider. I talk up these games ad nauseum. If you don't own it yet, go pick up Tomb Raider 2013, then go play through ROTR, because ROTR, in my opinion, is the best of the trilogy, and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider is quite good as well. I'm you know, planning on replaying all three of the games before the next Tomb Raider game comes out. Hopefully in 2026. It has been in development for a while, but hopefully in 2026 we finally get that game. But yeah, ROTR is great. Definitely recommend that, and at $4.49, an excellent pickup there. Wolfenstein The New Order, 75% off for $4.99. Wolfenstein The New Order is a good time. It's a game that, you know, I wouldn't take the Wolfenstein narrative too seriously in the sense of getting totally attached to the characters or expecting to get attached to the characters, but in the sense of, you know, having a fun story to go through and having some fun gameplay, yeah, Wolfenstein will definitely give you that, and I think it's fun as a first-person shooter to play through. Just keep your expectations in line, and I think you'll end up having a pretty good time with Wolfenstein The New Order. Next up, also a part of the QuakeCon sale, Dishonored Definitive Edition is 75% off for $4.99. Most of you guys know how I feel about Dishonored at this point. I think it's legitimately one of the best franchises in gaming. Unfortunately, only got 2 games and a standalone expansion and some DLC content for Dishonored 1, but man, I would do anything for a Dishonored 3. I just think Dishonored is so good, and even though Dishonored is 13 years old, I feel like this game has aged pretty damn well, because it did have such a unique art style to it. I love the darker aesthetic to it. I thought the story was awesome, and another game I gotta do another playthrough of here in the near future, but love Dishonored, and for $4.99 for the Definitive Edition, definitely a great buy. You can get the base game for $2.49, but I would just get the Definitive Edition for $5. Think that's a great deal. Next up, we have The Evil Within, 75% off for $4.99. Survival horror third-person title. I thought this game was pretty well done. I thought from an atmosphere standpoint, it was really good. I thought the story was pretty good. Gameplay-wise, it is super, super basic. Not to say, like, it's bad. Like, it's totally fine. It's totally serviceable, but nothing that'll blow you away, and especially given that it's 11 years old at this point, it'll be a little bit not even dated. I don't want to say it'll be super dated. It'll just come across super basic. That's what it's going to be. But, again, for a game like this, I've always said horror games, it lies more in terms of its story, its atmosphere, its tension, and I felt like Evil Within did that pretty damn well. So $4.99 on that. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is a $4.49. That is always a great buy. You can also get Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut for $2.99. Play through Human Revolution and then play Mankind Divided. Mankind Divided is the sequel to Human Revolution. Unfortunately, I don't think we're ever gonna get it. I mean, ever's a long time, so saying we'll never get a sequel, obviously, is, I might end up being wrong on that, but who knows. These games are phenomenal, though. Human Revolution, I did a playthrough of last year, and it made me appreciate Human Revolution from a game design standpoint even more in the terms of, you know, you've got these levels in this game that aren't massive. However, the depth and the nuance that the levels have in terms of how you can do different things to accomplish your goals, I think is just, it's incredible in that regard. And this is a game that came out 14 years ago, and I think from a design standpoint, it is so well done. The Director's Cut has the Missing Link DLC in there as well. Then Mankind Divided, while I didn't think from a narrative standpoint it was as good as Human Revolution, I did think, you know, the gameplay was still really, really good, and for $4.49, it's definitely a great pickup. You can get the Digital Deluxe Edition as well for $6.73, but man, I would do anything for a third game of that. Dishonored and Deus Ex. I mean, I can think of a lot of franchises that I would love another entry of, but, you know, for the sake of this video, Dishonored and Deus Ex, definitely two of the ones that I would love to see another entry out of both those. Ryse Son of Rome is 65% off for $3.49. Man, I remember when this game was coming out and it was positioned to be like a system seller for the Xbox One, and it really didn't turn out that well. Given that it was a $60 game and it had like a 5-hour campaign, yeah, that's inherently going to be a problem. But now that you're paying $3.49 for it, I do think there's a worthwhile campaign to go through, and given that this game came out a decade ago, 11 years ago, it's still jaw-dropping from a visual standpoint, I feel. I think this game looks outstanding. It actually came out 12 years ago on Xbox, came out 11 years ago on PC, but yeah, it still looks great from a visual standpoint, and I remember, if nothing else, it was definitely a technical showcase for the Xbox One, but nonetheless, $349 on that. The Saboteur is 50% off for $4.99. Throwback open world game here with the Saboteur that has a really, really cool art style. I played it way back in the day, and I've been meaning to do another playthrough of it recently, but it was one of those PS3 360 era, like, mid-tier games that a lot of people don't remember. Like, it's like games like this, games like the Enslaved Odyssey to the West of the World that, you know, Enslaved I talk up all the time, but, you know, those games are, like, a little bit forgotten about. There's so many games in that category that I feel like people just forget about, and Saboteur is definitely one of them. But yeah, $4.99 on that. Cool open world game, really cool throwback historical setting as well on that, so check that out. And then lastly, speaking of historical, Assassin's Creed 2 is $4.99. Recently did another playthrough of Assassin's Creed 2 as well. Assassin's Creed 2, if you guys don't know, is a fairly short game. If you just go through the main story, you can beat that game in 12, 14 hours maybe, and then if you do all the optional content, get all the feathers, do all the DLC, you know, it'll be a little bit longer, but man, AC2 is absolutely awesome. Ezio is a goated main character, and it's wild to go through, like, in Assassin's Creed 2 and the Ezio trilogy, see how great of a character Ubisoft made with Ezio, and then, like, look at the Ivors of the world and the charisma vacuums like Yasuke and Naoya. It's actually, like, crazy. Like, I can't believe the garbage that Ubisoft puts out now these days from a character standpoint. Like, absolute charisma vacuum, like, worthless main characters, and then you just have Ezio that you made 16 years ago, and it's just insane to me. But nonetheless, Assassin's Creed 2 is awesome. I highly recommend you to check it out if you're one of the 4 people in the world that haven't played it, but it's also one of those games, it's not a super big time investment. You can go through it, you can beat it, you can move on, you can play Brotherhood. Brotherhood's great as well. Brotherhood, to a lot of people, is the best game in the entire franchise, and Revelations is really good as well, but yeah, it's great. Highly recommend it, and definitely pick that up for $4.99. But that is gonna do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals on Steam directly for under $5. Again, this is the highlights. These are the classics that a lot of you guys already own, but they're still always going to be worthwhile pickups for newcomers or those that just don't have them. So that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.